Hello, fellow wanderers. I am Endry, and thank you for joining me as we wander through something new, Kingdom Come Deliverance. And it's not that new. It's 2 years old now. Well over 2 years old now, I suppose. Anyway, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a quick. We'll go on and play line 6, and we'll do hardcore mode because I feel like making my life difficult. So Kingdom Come Deliverance is a quasi-realistic simulation of like early 1400s Bohemia. And yeah, we're doing hardcore mode, so we're going to die a few times before we even get to live. So we've died. Just when you were thinking you'd already passed this tree before, the wolves caught up with you. Mother always told you not to stray into the woods alone. It seemed so strangely quiet that evening, and when you went outside, you found out why. All your neighbors were standing there motionless, carrying torches. You were never very popular. That's a weird one. Hey, we survived. Alright. So hardcore mode is all about adding negatives to our game. We have to select at least 2. We can't see ourselves on the map and all sorts of fun stuff. So nightmares. We don't get as much rest, or I should say, for the first couple hours after we wake up, we have negative stats. Sure, why not? Claustrophobia. Wearing a helmet makes us attack worse. Okay, sure, why not? Hemophilia. We bleed more. Oh dear. Yeah, sure. Numbskull. We learn things slower. Dope. Consumption. Yeah. Don't breathe well and our stamina regenerates more slowly. We can't even see our stamina regeneration in this mode. The shakes! Oh no, archery, pickpocketing, and lockpicking will be harder. That's going to be annoying. Tapeworm, we get hungry faster. Woohoo! Somnambulant. Somnambulant. We walk around, we sleepwalk. That's what that one is. And brittle bones, don't fall. We're going to take all of them. Oh yeah, we're going that way. Oh, this is going to suck. Luckily, this is a voice-acted game, so I don't have to talk as much. So this is our background. We're talking about Wenceslas the Idol, and the Bohemian Throne, and the Rebellion, and yeah, we got lots of stuff. Sigismund of Hungary, who is the enemy in this game, because we are loyal Bohemian lads, of course. Well, we'll figure out just how loyal we are eventually. Silver Scullets!
God bless.
Same to you.
Today's a scorcher.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Get up or I'll come get you up, you slug of bed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
And there's our introduction. We are Henry, the blacksmith's son. And that's, yeah, we are a blacksmith's son, and we have been trained like a blacksmith's son. We're going to be terrible at everything.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
All right, so this is going to determine what skill we want to upgrade. We could be upgrading speech, dancing, vitality, strength. I'm gonna go with speech.
Nothing much. Me and the lads were just having a chat in the tavern. Some wayfarer stopped by. He was telling us what's going on in the world, and well, I lost track of time.
Well, I hope he didn't fill your head with nonsense. Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
And again, I'm just gonna go for speech. I like speech. Why would I be interested in sword fighting?
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
Hey, yay, speech. All right, now we're gonna go through all of these options because every option we use that's white will give us more speech XP.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
Oh, just leave it be.
Mother.
You're nearly a grown man, Hal. Father will pass the forge on to you one day soon. You've been courting that Bianca for months now. Why do you have to keep wasting your time with those two layabouts? They're nothing but trouble.
She's not wrong.
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
And is Pa angry at me?
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was. And you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Any help you need?
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
All right. That's the end of that dialogue. So we're in Skalitz, our hometown, and there is in fact a whole bunch of stuff we can eat on the table here. And we're just going to pick up a whole bunch of it because we've got tapeworms, and that means we need to eat a ton of food to stop being hungry. And also because it doesn't matter. No one's going to get real mad at, it's our food. No one's going to get mad at us for taking it. And we might actually need it because one of the other things this mode does is it reduces the amount that you get paid by shopkeepers. Boo. Oi oi. Can I have my control back, please? Oh, I know what I did wrong. 1 second here. You all get to see my background for a minute. You have to be turned off. So, I will explain that this game is not perfect. One of the things it does that annoys the out of me is that it doesn't center lock the mouse. So your mouse goes back and forth all the time, and while it will work in game, if you're running multiple monitors, you're going to have to turn one off. In this case, I use multiplicity to run between 2 computers, and this game does not like that. We're going to go ahead and open this up. Nails are nice, they're for a quest. 3 bandages, definitely take those, even though we don't know how to use them. Marigold decoctions are used to heal minor injuries, and save your schnapps are how you save the game. Fantastic. Let's take a look at our inventory here. So these are all of our screens. We'll get to them all in time. The main thing we want to do is look at our armor. If you look over here, we have visibility and conspicuousness. If we take this scarf off, those go down a bit. Oddly enough, by changing our clothes, we can really reduce that. But for now, we don't really have anything else to change into, and there are limits to what you can pull off with this. But I am going to take off the red scarf. It's dashing and completely useless for sneaking around. Boots are the other thing that really affect my sneaking. I have terrible boots for doing sneaky stuff. If we come back here, there's a whole bunch of vegetables back here. There's some cheese. We're a pretty well-off family, all things considered. But I'm not going to start grabbing random crops until we actually need them. And there is a chest here that we could lockpick, but we don't have any lockpicks. Cool. So hardcore mode, there's no autosave. You can only save the game by drinking savior schnapps, sleeping, or using a bathhouse. We don't know where we are. Fast travel is not possible. Combat is more difficult. Traders pay for less, and we get paid less for doing jobs. And maintain our equipment. And we can't see our stamina or health. So yeah. We can actually use the pots in game, but only once. That's these fire pots. They'll feed us once. So make sure you've got a good reason to use them in the meanwhile. We could look at our lentil soup here. If we hit Q, we can turn on our, what does it do? 8 nourishment, which is pretty terrible, honestly. But I mean, an apple's only 2, but at least apple gives us some health. So we're going to eat up a bit. I don't really want anything that has negative energy, but bread rolls tend to be good. And hey, we're no longer hungry. Fantastic. So this is Skalitz. We should go talk to our father and see what he wants at some point. Possibly, but maybe not right now. This is a wash basin where we can wash off our clothes. We'll be using those fairly frequently, I think. We've discovered a grindstone. There's our father. Yeah, we can be prompt. Say hello. Hello, father.
What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me calling?
So our highest stat is our charisma / royalty / whatever you want to call it. So I had to do something as raw speech skill. This is how noble we look, and this is how knightly we look, basically, how strong we look. And we'll just apologize and say we want to look around.
I was taking a stroll and lost track of time.
Somehow I had a feeling I was seeing everything for the first time.
How, my boy? When are you going to get some sense? Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
The work will literally wait till we get around to it, so not a big deal. Oh, what else can we show off? We can crouch with C. And this might get me killed. But we can knock people out if we're crouched. And I don't want to do anything to it. I don't want to steal from him or anything, but if you're really good at the game, not me in other words, you could actually go around and stealth all the guards and stealth all the villagers. It does get you, well, stealth skill. Let's see here. Skills. Stealth. See, we got stealth skill. But I'm not going to be doing that. It requires a little more luck than I have. Also skill that I don't have. And oh, look at all those terrible things. So we did actually get speech. Which I think is actually just a stat. Probably. Yeah, up to 3. Which got us a main level because it's one of our main stats. So here's all the negative things about us. We are a terribly unlucky human being. And then we could kind of look at some traits we can get. Food will last longer, but more negatives. Dirty gives us more charisma when talking to wisdom, but it reduces stealth. I don't really like it. Stem will regenerate faster by night. Yeah, I'm good not. And the worst bed, yada yada. So I'm actually just going to pick Ascetic. I think it's a pretty safe choice. Especially with Tapeworm. So here we are. This is the Skalitz Village Square, or I guess this is kind of the castle town, basically.
Greetings, Henry.
I'll have nothing to snub the all with, and the king won't get his silver.
Which king do you mean, Master Tobias? The one sitting in some godforsaken dungeon, or the one who holds the key to the dungeon?
These are strange times, strange and ill-omened. But since I serve our liege lord Sir Radzig, I think you know the answer.
True, but where will Sir Radzig take the silver? Hardly to Kuttenberg. Now its citizens bend their knees to Sigismund.
Fortunately, that's not my problem. Perhaps Sir Radzig is keeping it at the castle until this old unhappy story reaches its end.
I only hope Sigismund doesn't get an appetite for our silver too.
That makes 2 of us. But back to business. I'll need 3 wagon loads.
I see your people are working hard. You'll have it tomorrow. Shall we go and drink to the deal?
With pleasure, good man.
Yeah, there's a little background story. One king invading another. Oh, what do we have around here? Got a bench. We've got a house. That is not our house. We have a man cutting wood. This is Kunesh. We'll be back to deal with him in a moment. Got chickens. And let's see here. What else is worth noting around here right now? We have guards everywhere.
How are you, Henry?
Everyone knows us and they like us. Let's try to not change that too horribly. There are things we can pick. We'll go over that in a bit. There's going to be some stuff in this first town that I'm going to be doing off screen. Here's the trader. Ooh, that was flighty. You can lockpick your way into this door. Not yet, I don't have a lockpick. There's another one up here. They're both hard, so they're not easy to get into. And people will report you for lockpicking. Though if you wanted to get in here, because there's a lot of things that block line of sight, you could probably get away with it if you were very careful with your timing. Anyway, there's our shop guard. This is our local trader. One of our local traders, actually.
Good health to you.
And if we talk trade, we've got things here. So this is what she's selling. Most of it is pretty worthless. The small kits are useful. The Savior Schnapps is useful. And the quilted brown jacket is, if you're going to try and do sneaky stuff, I might recommend grabbing one of those to replace your current outfit because it is significantly less conspicuous. And that's the back of the shop. We're not supposed to go in there. So we're not going to. That would be mean. Rude. And probably get us yelled at a lot. So, let's not. Okay, here we go. We got a trader. I believe this is our cloth trader. If for some reason you want to take value out of scallops, these cloths are pretty decent. High value if you can afford them. We have no money. And tailor kits and small tailor kits are really nice to get. And all sorts of things like that. So that's, you know, we've got traders around here that we could sell stuff to if we had anything to sell. We've got various homes around town that we could go into. Some of them are locked, some of them are not. And there are some really sneaky things we could do if we wanted to. Which we might. I might just show off how ridiculous it is if we get caught, too. Oh, hey there, Baron. Baron's a good guy. Anywho, they do get suspicious if you hang around their property for no good reason. Especially if your conspicuousness is high. These things, by the way, are dovecoats. That's what they're called. Dovecoats. Yay. I point this out for a reason, but it's really not important until later.
Mother of God!
What's up, Baron? Why are you all spazzing? I don't know why he's spazzing out. More nettles. And there's all sorts of stuff out in these areas like this. Dandelions, nettles. I don't know if there's any belladonna out here. I don't think there is, but there's mint. I'm really poor at spotting these things for reasons most of you could probably guess. Look, slot pile. That's disgusting. And then we got a path around town. We'll run a bit. Running can help increase your stamina, though if you really want to increase your stamina in a hurry, I would recommend jumping fences. Hey look, sage. Sage is pretty valuable. There are people here in town who will buy it.
God save you, Henry.
Another guard, and yeah. So this is generally scallops. We can't really go out of here, and time isn't really going to pass here. We will get hungry eventually. You saw our screen going a little blue there. That's because we were a little low on stamina. We'll eventually get hungry. Not a big deal. You can punch chickens, by the way, and get meat off of them. Don't do it where people can see you. It is a crime to punch other people's chickens. Go figure. And we've got villagers and stuff and all sorts of things. So yeah, this is our game. This is our game world. And we have a few things to do. I guess we could start with... what with our buddy over here that we're going to have to punch a lot. Hi, Kunash. I don't really want to win this fight for certain reasons, but we are going to be a jerk. Hi, Kunash.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
Father sent me for the money.
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer, and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
Pay the lot or else.
Knew you'd be trouble. Father says if you don't pay up, he'll come here himself and hammer those nails into your hairy arse.
I'd like to see him try. Fuck off, you bastard, or your old man will be pulling those nails out of you.
Yeah, pay you, drunkard.
I must have misheard you. It sounded like you just told me to clear off. But you wouldn't be stupid enough to think you can steal, not pay your debts, and then try to scare me, would you?
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Bye.
So this is going to put us into combat with him. And we are terrible at combat. Which is fine. I'm not trying to win this fight. Would be nice if I could get a little XP. And we can't see our enemy's status in battle either in this mode. Not just our health, but we can't see theirs either. He got a few really good swings in. Unfortunately, our stamina is terrible. Come on, throw a punch. No, we threw a kick. I mean, we could win this by being super aggressive, but I'm just trying to get some skills up. There we go.
You'll die for that.
Come on. Oof, we lost. Oh noes.
You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
Fun thing about Kunish is no one actually likes him, so you could just fight him. No one cares. But we're beat up pretty bad, and if we look at our stats, we did get some strength and some agility and some vitality from all that, so it was worth doing. Also to show off combat and the fact that we're terrible at it, and will remain that way for a while. Unlike what our mother said earlier, we should definitely go cry to her about the fact that we got beat up, which is also going to be a funny scene. Mother, come talk to me.
Ma? Ma! I'm hurt. Won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
She's not kidding, we really should. We just don't have the ability to yet. Alright, so that did not get us our hammer and our nails paid for, did it? Well, if we're a little sneaky, we could get those tools back. Right now, though, he's a little bit too observant. We're in a private area now. There's a chest here.
A locked chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that.
And that's
Fritz might have one.
And that is the only way you can get lockpicks in the opening, which is kind of a pity. You can't get very many of them, which is even more a pity in hardcore mode. Alright, well, let's see if we can find Fitz. Said they'd be hanging around a tavern, and This is Scalet's Tavern.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Gutenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with you,
is
Henry.
opposed to your king.
I'm with you, Matthew.
So are such lords
What's
as
going on here?
Rosenberg.
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your deed will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
And don't forget about Gutenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do? I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory? Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house. You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some turds will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king. So, Hal, are you with us?
Do you want to be good Henry or not good Henry? You know what? I'm gonna pretend that we're we're gonna play that we are a mostly rules abiding Henry with a little bit of a temper.
Not that I don't want to teach the Deutsch a lesson, but I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you possibly chance like this?
Don't worry too terribly much about reputation at this point. I mean, it's not a big deal. We're still at 100 with Scalets. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about our reputation. And,
So you changed your mind about coming with us? Good.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Really? Can only straight not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
there we go. We got 4 lockpicks. And we can actually do a lot with these lockpicks around here. And I mean a disturbingly large amount. Not sure how much I want to get into that at the moment. But let's go pick the one lock we absolutely have to. And actually, we don't even have to pick the lock. There are so many ways to make the money we need here, it's actually kind of ridiculous. Where's Kunesh? Huh. Yoink. But really, where is Kunesh? Oh, he was back there. Cool. So, before we do anything else, we're gonna just run over here to the charcoal lender.
Good health to you.
Let's talk trade.
God be with you.
And I would like to sell you... He'll buy almost anything. His prices aren't very good, but he'll buy almost anything. Stolen or not. So let's go ahead and sell Kunish's axe to him. And if we hold X, we can haggle. We should always haggle a
I'd
little.
like to discuss the price.
Not a lot. So right now he'll give us 2.2. Can I get 2.3?
Agree?
I'd almost shake on that.
So if you see our little head down there in the corner, he didn't really like that one. But let's try again.
Is this enough?
Maybe.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Now, if we keep doing this, he's going to get mad at us. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, hey, 2.2 is fine.
I knew we'd come to an arrangement.
And that's fine. If you haggle too much, people will start to dislike you. If you fail haggling too much, people will start to dislike you. And as you can see there, hey, look, we're hungry again. Who'd have thought? Alright, so we got the axe. Good. Next thing I need to do is get the rest of it. So we're going to come in here. We're going to close this door to become slightly less able to be spotted. And we are currently in a private area. People will yell at us for being in here, and they'll watch us, but they won't actually report us to the guards. Now, we're going to go ahead and save the game. It will cost us one of our savior schnapps, which we had 2 of, I think. The other thing it's going to do, though, is it's going to make us slightly drunk. One of our skills is drinking. It just went up because, yeah. And we are hungry, which is a thing that we can at least fix. Oops. Apple. Do I have my... I have my hands off center. Okay. There we go. So we're going to try and... Oh, 1 second here. I need to check my phone.
What was that?
No problem.
Be off now. You don't belong here.
And probably good that I didn't just try to pick that door with Kunesh standing right there. Or pick that lock. It would have been really awkward. Of course, I think because I stole his axe first, his pathing's going to get a little weird.
Hey, who's there?
Yeah, this could be interesting. Okay, we will move on for a bit. We have something else we can do in the meanwhile. Actually, let's see. I want to load that game. I want to see where he was. Yes, I want to load that save game. By the way, if you don't save manually at any point during the introduction and you die, you get to do it all over again. Try not to have that happen. Okay,
Hey!
so he came in.
Clear off before I have you thrown out.
He came in right as we saved. That is a real pity. Okay. Oh, where else can we show off lockpicking? I think I know a few places.
Implements, instruments, and tools. Everything for work and home.
So we could go down here. This is the cellar.
For the house. God.
We could rob it. As long as no one sees us do it, and we don't try to sell it here, and we don't get a constable on us, yeah, pretty safe to do so. Here we've got the main ale house. Here's the main Entryway to the inn, and there are places we are not supposed to go. Places like this. Now, I am terrible at lockpicking. And I don't mean that from a I don't know how to do it standpoint. I mean, I'm literally going to be terrible at this because of the game mechanics, but we're going to show it off and probably fail. So it's a double rotation system. We have to find this spot here. And we have to, as we rotate it, keep it there. I am amazed that that worked. We could steal some groschen, but that's all that's in here. And I'm not going to steal from it, but I did want the lockpicking practice, so that was pretty good. We could lockpick this door. It's tempting. By the way, it is loud when you fail a lockpick. Oh, there we go. Broke a pick. Where is this actually? So it's actually more like here. And see, this is why lockpicking is tricky. Especially when your hands shake. So we're now in the actual storeroom. We are definitely not supposed to be in here. And we've got a trunk over here. That's easy lockpick. A trunk over here that is very hard. And see, this lock is too difficult even as an easy lock. And note, we only have 2 lockpicks left. There's not really any other way to get them, so we have to be kind of careful how we use them. Now we're fine here, but if we go into here, we are trespassing again. I don't think there's anyone actually up here. But we are trespassing. So we have an easy lockpick there. And another easy lockpick here. Just for fun, why don't we try? Hey, new level in lockpicking. And if we open it up, some groschen. Like I said, there are ways to make money in this opening that are not particularly difficult. Also, I should never leave a door open like that when I'm lockpicking. Trying to be careful. And some more groschen. No big deal. Skill is important. Skill is important. We actually did pretty well for our low skill and the fact that we have shaking hands. Shaking hands makes lockpicking actually significantly more difficult. That very hard chest, by the way, in a nod to older games of this style, contains the entire shop inventory for that NPC, which is Bianca here. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. So our skills, our lockpicking is 1. Working towards 2. I would like to get it to 2. 2, you can get a few interesting abilities. Luck of the Drunk is the really good one. That's, we have to have lockpicking 6, which is not so great. Lasting lockpicks is really good. Repairman is okay, yeah. So we would really want to grab lasting lockpicks as soon as possible, but we'd have to find a lot of locks. What else can we show off here? So I showed off earlier there are things like nettles, so we can go down here and we can pick these. Our herbalism skill is terrible, so we can only pick them 1 at a time at the moment. And even nettles are actually worth money. And we feel quite hungry because, of course, we have a tapeworm. I'm not too worried about it. There's food everywhere in the intro. So you might be saying, why in the world am I picking all of this? Well, the answer is skill. If I'm even picking it. Okay, there. Oh, wait. There's a lot of valerian here. I hate picking valerian, by the way. It is a real pain to line your mouse up in the right spot. It's actually the problem with herbalism in general. Yay, herbalism! Nettles are ubiquitous and are worth basically nothing, but they are everywhere. Now, as you level up your herbalism skill, basically you can pick more stuff in one go. So instead of picking them one at a time, you'll pick 2 at a time, or 3 at a time, or, you know, a whole cluster of them at a time, which is cool. It fills up your bags really fast. I'm actually picking nettles for a particular reason. Not yet. We can actually unlock a skill perk by picking nettles. Also, I see some dandelions. And is that thistle or is that nothing? Oh, that's thistle. And so yeah, there are flowers everywhere in Skalitz. Everywhere. I'm going to be picking a lot of them, just not on screen, because you all don't want to watch me pick herbs for like 3 hours. It would be very unfortunate to watch. That upped herbalism. Did that up my... Still didn't get that skill, eh? Or where is that? Or is that actually under my vitality? Oh, don't have it yet. Ranks in herbalism by and of themselves are not particularly useful. It's not like we're going to become super overpowered by picking herbs. We're just not. That being said, they sell. They do sell fairly well.
With you, Henry.
And I would love to buy some things in town before we head out. Mostly to start improving some of our other skills. And there are a lot of flowers. It doesn't seem like much when they're worth like 0.1 groschen each. But if you get enough of them, especially things like thistle, sage, wormwood, those all sell really well. Mostly I just want the nettle thing to happen. It will eventually. Do we have it yet? We still don't have it. Oh, here's a lot of nettles. This will help. Are you guys just standing back there planning to throw manure still? Because I don't want to get involved in that. Oh, come on, give me the perk. It may already have. I don't even remember if it announces this one. I always get it so early. It is that one, right? Weird. I would have gotten it already. I have already picked a lot of nettles after all. Although they definitely threw the dung. That's definitely a thing they did. Yeah, leveled up in herbalism. Give me the perk. I mean, I'm happy to have the herbalism. Let's see here. Nettles tend to be around fences, around the edges of buildings. And as our herbalism gets up, it will actually be much faster to pick them all. That looks like wormwood to me. Or is it just the wormwood? I think it's just the wormwood look-alike. There's a plant, this yellow plant here. Looks like it should be something we can pick. But near as I can tell, no. That's not actually something. Marigolds? Marigolds. Marigold is used to make marigold decoctions, which are those potions that give you healing. They are going to be incredibly important for us in hardcore mode. Did we finally get it? Can we finally stop picking these nettles? Apparently not. I didn't remember it taking this long. Boo. I want to show this off before we cut the video. So marigold is important. I tend to keep a hold of any marigold I pick up if I can. Weight limits are a thing. And also the primary reason why you want a horse eventually is mostly just to carry stuff. Well, that and they are, fast. And if you noticed, we aren't. We aren't fast at all. But if you're going through this yourself, one, don't do hardcore mode, especially if you're doing it for you're playing through the first time. That would be bad. I'm probably already going to regret it, but that's okay. How are we doing on nettles there, Henry? You got enough yet? Yes, we do. So you might see there we have a +2 besides our vitality. This is called resistance. +2 bonus to vitality, permanent, because we picked nettles. Thistle, I think, also counts towards it. I don't remember. But there you go. You can get a perk just for picking nettles. Isn't that great? Hi, Hans. Nice to see you lingering there. I saw purple, so I had to go and grab it. Don't worry, this game is not actually going to devolve into a shiny hunt. Generally, if you're looking for specific herbs, they grow in certain areas and they're not too hard to deal with. Certain herbs are very useful, certain ones are of marginal use, and it is one of the more unrealistic things of the game is that there is alchemy, like the marigold decoctions there. So yeah, there are potions in the game that do semi-magical things, though nothing extraordinary. So I'm not going to worry too much about the realism break there. Plus, that whole gameplay thing. It is kind of nice with gameplay. And you can probably see already that we are picking significantly more with each pick. It's like it creates a little radius around you pick from, which is kind of neat. So off screen, I'm going to be going around all of these areas here and picking up herbs and then selling them. And then hoping that Kunesh isn't actually just going to sit in his house all day. He's not. He's going to roam in and out. Okay, fair enough. I might start with us having lockpicked his house next session. For the moment, though, I just kind of want to show around the places I'm going to be hanging out at. If we come over here, we've got St. John's Wort. And on this hill, there is sage, St. John's Wort everywhere. We've got valerian everywhere. So I'm going to be picking that field very clean and selling the stuff from it. It goes all around here. My suggestion would generally be, if you are actually looking to pick the town dry, you basically pick buildings and pick around them, pick field sections and pick through them, all that kind of stuff. I'm deliberately not stopping to... Oh, by the way, this flower right here, you can't pick it. It looks like sage from a distance. It sucks. I hate it. But there you go. And like I said, there is nettle literally everywhere. So yeah, I'm going to go clean up all the nettle around town. Probably not going to do a lot of lock picking off screen, except maybe for Kunesh. We can talk to her. If we go up here and sell, we can look at what she will buy. She will buy apples. She will buy cheese. I'm going to go ahead and just sell these apples to her. She only has 40 wealth, so whatever. I'm not going to sell my decoctions or my savior schnapps, obviously. You know what? I'll even sell her the cheese. I know where there's lots of other food. And we're going to try and haggle.
Let's talk about the prop.
Why not?
And tell you what, I want 3.7 for this.
Agree?
A nice sum. Just love.
All right. I just like to I like to haggle a little bit because I do believe it gives you a little bit of speech bonus, but I don't want to anger them either. So we're not going to try and be too picky. How about you, buddy? What will you buy?
God be with you.
So let's talk trade. And he sells herbs. Of other importance, cobbler's kits are super nice to grab. This quilted brown jacket is still nice to grab. I would recommend if you can afford it, you do so. But he will buy all of our herbs. Note, he has 80 wealth, so he's not poor. Don't sell your marigolds. Go ahead and sell your nettles. Like I said, they are everywhere. The Valerian. So basically, yeah. What I will be doing is I'll be coming over here. I will be selling. I'll be using haggle a little bit. As I can.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Why not?
Well, let's try this one. I'm going to go up by 2 and say, how about this?
What about this?
We're getting there. Just drop...
All right. Oh, now he'll go up to 19. So you do need to haggle a little higher than I have been. Yet again, I'm not doing this particularly for the money. Go ahead and make the offer.
That's a sum I can live with.
It's more just about getting a little bit more speech skill. Speech is already moving well towards level 4. I do like speech. And so yeah, I'm going to be going around, and if you are wanting to follow along, come here, trade with me. I would suggest picking up a few very specific things. He'll also buy herbs, by the way, and he only has 20. What he does have is weapons. Trusty Companion here. It's not terrible. It's an agility-based 30-30 decent block. It is a short sword, so it is meant to go with a shield. Axe here, minimum strength 3. It's not awful. Axes are okay. And then hunting swords here. Hunting swords are not really meant for dueling. You can use them. Yeah, I tend to avoid them, but they do have their merits. He does sell armors, blacksmith kits. He does sell charcoal, cobbler's kits. I would suggest heavily buying any of the kits that you end up being able to afford. I am going to point out that these merchants do have homes here in the city. I don't remember exactly which is which. And keep in mind, a lot of these places people wander in and out of a lot. There's no one in this one. So we might end this with a me getting thrown in jail segment. Let's show it off if we can. Oops. And just some groschen. So this is not the merchant's chest. I thought it might be. But I think they're all hard or very hard. Can't remember. There are cook pots around. Let's see, we got another easy lock. And yeah, if you need to up your lock picking, there are plenty of places around town that you can do it. Always watch your back. And this, which is hard, mind you, this will be a merchant's inventory chest. You can see by the fact that it is hard. So to pick that, you're going to need to get your locksmithing skill, or lock picking skill up to, I think, 4 or 5. But that would give you the entire inventory of one of these merchants out here. So, especially if you're not playing with slower XP gains, it's not that hard to get to skill 3 lockpicking here. And you could grab the inventory of one of these merchants. And like I said, all of these merchants have homes around here. Yes, I know you're glad I stopped by. You can lockpick into them if you need to. Don't do it while people are watching. They'll call you a thief, and they'll be right. These fields, by the way, out here also have flowers. If you want to practice your stamina, you can just jump over this fence a few times. Out here, a lot of dandelion, mint. I can never spot mint. I think it's that one right there. It's really hard to spot. It doesn't have a lot of easy markers to it. But if you come out in these fields, there's lots of dandelion. If you go out into these white flowers, you will find purple spots. Some of which are actually sage, like that one. Other herbs of note for those of you before I call the video an end. Let's see. I want to say that there's marigold up there. You can cow punch, by the way. Don't do it while people can see you. As you might expect, they don't like it when you punch their cows. Around this house, though, here's actual wormwood. That's what wormwood looks like. So there you go. If you're looking around here, all these yellow flowers are wormwood. You can probably tell why I get them confused with the other yellow flower like that. Other than, you know, I'm just blind. So yeah, if you're playing along and you're playing on normal, I have gotten my herbalism skill over 15 just here in Skalitz. And like I said, if you want to start with some money, without robbing anyone, you don't have to open any chests or anything. No one cares if you pick the herbs. Pick them, sell them, grab some kits. The kits, I would say, are the most valuable things, even more than the weapons. The quilted black shirt, or quilted gray shirt, or whatever it is, if you're looking to be sneaky, pick that up before you be sneaky, because then people will pay less attention to you doing, well, sneaky things. And real quick, while I'm back here, is he finally gone? Can I actually go steal my stuff from his house? I don't know. Also expect to see that panting blue screen. Oh, he walks from that spot. I didn't know that. By the way, if you take your boots off and you're really careful, he doesn't notice you, you can knock him out. If you try to knock out a guard while he is aware of you, he will win. He will win. Alright, he's out back right now, so we're going to play it risky. Like, really risky. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Quickly now. Oh, we got a rank of stealth. Nice. And there we go. We got the axe, hammer, and nails back. However, you're going to notice a problem. I'm going to come over here and sell this to our charcoal burner friend, who normally is the one you sell to. Oh, I need to wash off my clothes. You can tell by the reaction. We have... 24 groschen so far. If we were just to sell Kunish's hammer and Kunish's nails, and then buy the 10 charcoal we need, it's 0.7 each, so that would be 7. We're not going to get 7 from selling these things. Not even close. So you are going to have to do a little bit of herb picking or pock picketing or something. So let's go up by 2, and we'll haggle, and he'll say no.
Close. Drop the price a bit more and we'll shake on it.
So he'll meet us at 1.9. You can haggle really aggressively.
Very well, I agree.
Like I said, I don't tend to because... Let's take a look at this guy. His reputation as with him individually can go down if you haggle poorly too much. So don't do that. So, yeah, that's basically where we started. I can't remember if we can actually sleep anywhere and get a sleep save. Let's take a look. I don't think we can, though, but I could be wrong. Of course, we are on a time limit. It will probably say, there's no time for this now. If so, I'll probably just burn a save or schnapps here. Oh, Well, since I'm making the video drag on anyway, we can also lockpick this chest. And this is going to be fun. I'm doing a lot better than I usually do. Usually I break these all the time. We have some groschen, we have some a die, and a book. We can't use the book, and this is not theft. This is our home, our chest. It was just locked. Might as well pick it up while we're here. Yeah. So, can we actually sleep? I don't think we can. Yeah, I don't think that's considered a bed. Nope, it's definitely a seat. So our starting bed was not a bed. So, oh well. So I won't worry about it. We're going to call it a part here, definitely. And we can save and quit. So we got all that stuff. I am going to go ahead and probably pick this place dry next time before we resume. But yeah, until our paths cross again, have fun and stay safe, everyone.